not much moving right now.
I'm a big bird watcher. I love birding, and a lot of that is, short hikes and bird walks.
I've seen a kingfisher, great blue herons. I've seen.
And I couldn't do that anymore. The last 3 years, I was unable to bird because I couldn't do the walking. All I had to do was roll over in bed, and I was short of breath. So that was one of my pastimes that went the way of the dodo. I had always had a degree of heart failure before my lungs gave out.
Dr. Jones suffered from something called interstitial lung disease, and he also had a cardiomyopathy. That's a disease where the heart just doesn't pump effectively, so a combined organ transplant needed to be done.
So I needed dual transplant, and to my knowledge, there are only 2 programs in the region, one being North Shore.
In 2018, only 5 years ago, we made the decision to take our heart failure program to the next level, with the audacious goal of developing a world-class advanced heart failure program here on Long Island, including doing heart transplants and mechanical support.
Right side of the heart.
We started deciding to do a transplant program about in the year 2000. We started out with kidney in 2007, and then heart, and then liver transplant. So one thing builds upon another, and we now do it lung.
And so the natural evolution is for those programs that in many ways we're working in silos to all come together under, one umbrella. The Northwell Transplant Institute is a culmination of many years of development and growth. Really, I think a pretty phenomenal collaboration across departments and leaders of those departments coming together that will elevate the care we can provide, expand on innovation, research, and training, I think in ways that we haven't seen here before.
The relative importance of having this here is Long Island is a massive geographic area with a huge population that is currently incredibly underserved relative to what they should be in regards to transplantation.
I was extremely lucky to run into a program like the transplant program at North Shore. I mean, that was serendipitous.
Dr. Jones did his training at North Shore University Hospital when he was a young man in the 1980s, and he left the institution but came back for the service of the life-saving transplant that he underwent successfully.
Ultimately, he was lucky enough to have a really good donor become available with both a heart and bilateral lungs, and we brought him to the operating room and then proceeded with the transplant.
To be in a situation like we are today, where we've surpassed 100 heart transplants, it's an exceptional accomplishment.
I am so grateful just to be able to sit here and talk to you. This didn't have to be.
My hope is he gains many more years of meaningful, good quality life with his family and able to do the things that he was missing out on as his lung and heart disease worsened.
For the last 3 years, I've been unable to go on group bird walks because I just didn't have the breath to make it the shortest distance. This past week, I went on my first bird walk in 3 years, which was unbelievable experience. Unbelievable.
It's really a credit to the whole system that we've built around heart and lung transplantation here at North Shore University Hospital.
I'm trying to keep touch with the miracle that's happened and not become blasé, and the fact that I can sit here and I can look out my windows or I can do something else. I mean, it's a gift.
And I would also like to thank my organ donor and his family for giving me a second chance at life.